Welcome everybody to the Lavish Show. I'm your host, Dr. Shara Stallworth, and I thank you for tuning in. On today's show, we have some awesome guests, Mr. Bruce Leach and also Mr. James Glasscox. They are a part of a very special K9 unit, and we're going to get into it. But don't forget to hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow all of my social media pages. Now it's time for you to sit back and relax and enjoy the Lavish Show. Welcome back, everybody, to the Lavish Show. I have my awesome guest on the show. I'm very honored he is here today. He goes by the name of Mr. Bruce Leach. How are you?
Doing good, thank you.
I'm so glad you're here. I'm very honored to have your presence on the Lavish Show. I met you in George County doing a Toys for Tots event.
Yes, ma'am.
And you just came up to the table. You made a donation for the children, and the conversation went from A to Z. And I just love everything that I heard come out of your mouth.
I'm sure there are a few that probably weren't.
But, you know, one thing I like is that you have a lot of experience, and I kept saying, I got to get you on the Lavish Show.
Yes, ma'am.
Because the things that you do for the community, and you are selfless in your acts, and a lot of things, you know, people need to give you your flowers. I need to give them to you now, meaning that I want to give you a hand clap for what you do in the community and also in Jackson County and for everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
So I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
So now that that's been said, tell me about Bruce Leach. Where are you from? And just tell me about yourself.
Well, grew up, my dad was in the Navy, so we started out in California. He got out, became a miner, so I moved around a lot between New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah. But I spent the majority of my elementary and youth in Utah. That's when I joined the Navy.
Oh, wow.
So joined in '83. Stayed in for 26 years, retired.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
So, the Navy.
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
a long time. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I had 4 more years. I could have got in there, but it was time to get out.
Yeah. So from the Navy, you do a lot of stuff. You know, I like to talk about law enforcement. You know,
Yes,
that's one of the things you were doing when I met you
Yes, ma'am.
in George County. So tell us a little bit about that, law enforcement. How long you been doing that? You know.
I started in 2011. But before I got into law enforcement, when I first got here, trying to get some type of stress back into my life, I joined the volunteer fire department up in East Central.
Okay.
Did that for a few years and started working on my EMT license, got
wow.
nationally registered, and just as that was crossing over is when I jumped over into law enforcement in 2011. I was with Jackson County Sheriff's Department.
Oh, wow.
Where are you going?
Oh,
He'll
yes,
be back.
we have a
He's
friend.
He's
We have a
he's got to
beautiful
visit
friend.
you. What? You had to go visit? All right.
Oh.
So, but I stayed there until 2018.
Okay.
Transferred up to George County. So I've been up there since.
Wow, yeah, helping people. I love that. And today, you know, Mr. Bruce Leach, and we also have Mr. James Glasscox on here because they're doing a wonderful event, and we're going to have him talk too. They're doing a Glow in the Bark event,
Yes, ma'am.
which is a fundraiser. And it's going to be at Hickory Hills Resort in Goshen, Mississippi. So that's one of the reasons we have another special guest, and I'm going to let you introduce this guest.
This is my K9 Mac.
Okay.
He is a 3.5-year-old Belgian Malinois.
Wow.
Our team does a lot of searching. I mean, we do a lot of local stuff, but we send, part of our team goes down to the Texas border and helps find bodies that unfortunately did not get to their goal. So we go down there. While they were doing that a year and a half ago, Mac and I stayed home, and that's when we got called out for a search, and that was when Joe Ladner, local man up in Hurley, had went missing on Christmas Eve.
Right.
And
let me explain to the audience.
Yeah.
So not only from your experience in law enforcement, Navy, and all that, you are part of a very important group on the Gulf Coast, Jackson County. And it's called Jackson County K9.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is just so needed, you know, what you're just talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
So explain that a little bit more about the dogs and Mac and what you do as that.
Mac is a human remains detection dog.
Okay.
Typically what others would call cadaver, but we try to stay away from the term cadaver because
Right.
if you're on scene and it's a live search and they decide, well, we're going to shift over to the negative side of that, if you go and say cadaver at that point, moods really change
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
So we use HR, human remains,
Okay.
and that's what he is. And actually, when Joe went missing, he was the one that found him a few days later.
Wow.
So, but we've got 22 dogs on the team in various stages. He's relatively new from being trained. We've got some that have been at it for 8 years now.
Wow.
So we've got 16 members on the team currently active.
Right. So this group that y'all have, which is this unit, is it volunteers?
All volunteer,
Bless y'all heart.
all professional individuals.
Wow. Take their time out to help people,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
know, in the needs. So do y'all work with the police and everybody?
We are an assisting agency. We do not self-deploy. If you do, you become liable for anything
Right.
that could happen. So
Right.
when there's a emergency, a situation, lost person, a cold case, usually law enforcement, or more recently, United Cajun Navy has been using us a lot. And in fact, we were just in Louisiana last weekend, and we're getting ready for another search over in Alabama tomorrow that we're doing. So we're constantly moving these days.
Man, shake your hand again. I feel
Yes, ma'am.
chills.
But
Oh,
the
my
nice
God.
part about it is when we go out, if you're the individual that's requested our service and we show up to provide assistance,
Right.
the last thing we want to be able to do is have to ask you for funding,
Yes.
because to me that's just karma
Yeah.
will bite you back.
Yeah.
And so this is the only fundraiser we've done since 2013.
Right. Wow.
But what our main goal is on this one is to purchase a drone that can fly up to 30-mile-an-hour winds in the rain, good steady rain,
Yeah.
not a heavy downpour, but steady rain, and between -10 and 120 degrees.
Wow.
So the specific drone and the entire package that we're looking at right now, we got a quote for with law enforcement and first responder at $15,261, which is an entire package
Right.
where we could show up on the scene and get out and operate for 4 hours in the air.
That's right. And you need this drone not only to help aid in searching, but also for your dogs.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
know, for their protection and their safety.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is amazing. And we believe that you will get this amount of money or more. And that's why you're on the show today, because we need some
try.
people to get involved with this K9 special unit to help raise this money for the drone and also to be a participant of the golf tournament.
But
Which
we need golfers. Yes, ma'am.
We need golfers, and we have these wonderful trophies. I'm gonna let
ma'am.
you explain this, then we're gonna go to a commercial break. Explain this right here.
So this one here, inside the tournament, we're going to have, so you've got the overall tournament, but within the tournament, we're having a first responder challenge.
Okay.
So any team that is all law enforcement, firefighter, EMT, whatever for their department, as long as that team is comprised of that group,
Okay.
they are eligible, along with any military units.
Wow.
So that's what all the little emblems are that we put around on the
beautiful.
top. So that'll actually represent all the various first responders.
It's beautiful.
And with the winning team, we'll get this, and provided we continue to do this every year,
Yeah.
it will be a rotating trophy. So next year, when we have the tournament again, that group would bring it back and get out there and
Awesome.
get another team out.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And so right now we're going to take a break. When I come back, I'm just going to share a little information about my gun training for women. He's one of the instructors, really the main one that's going to be helping these women. So after the commercial break, we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we'll have Mr. James Glasscox next.
Committee films.
All right. Excellent.
Yeah, you see, he lifts you up, even though I let you down. I know we're not perfect, but I know that we're heaven bound. If you're betting on me, better play another round. I'm an ace to the kings, you better double down. We never fall for nothing, I know our hearts are real. You're a diamond without the club and the cars and deals. Yeah, you know my past really bothers me, but you hold me down. You're a solid queen, come to home to cooking like you're Paula Deen, whipping up them hash browns and them collard greens. Pardon me, but I solemnly swear my autumn leaves keep falling in love, and I'm not a legend, you got all of me. Even with all this poverty, I'm not the one with the riches, but I guarantee that you can get all of my offerings. You never shut me out, just like Obama's key. We hit that war room, and then I agree.
I got you in my life. Promise I won't fuss or fight. Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you in my life. Baby, I got you in my life. Promise I won't fuss or fight. Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you in my life.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here with my special guest, Mr. Bruce Leach from the K9 unit, and we were getting into the golf tournament, the Glow in the Bark at Hickory Hills, and also I was telling our audience about you being the women's trainer for our gun class, you know.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
ladies, if you are watching, this who will be training us along with Mr. James Glasscox, who will be on here. But what should we look forward to for women that don't know how? Because, you know, when I met you, I was like, I want a gun, I want to buy a gun. And he was like, you know what, it's got to fit you properly. You can't just go in the store and buy a gun, a weapon.
Well, you can, but it will not work for you.
It will not work. So, I mean, I learned so much from this man. I was like, I need to do a women's gun training seminar. And he was up for it, and I'm thankful. So what can we expect?
Well, I'm going to go take you through the basics. We'll go through, basically it'll be the NRA basic handgun safety class.
Okay.
But I'm also going to cover a lot of state law and just verbal commands and things that you need to keep in your mind
Right.
when you have to, unfortunately, use a weapon.
That's right. Because one
So-
thing you told me was like, where you going to put it at? And I was like, in my purse? You was like,
No, ma'am.
no. Tell the audience what you told me.
Do not carry your gun in the purse. It needs to be on your person at all times.
That's right.
Now, on a purse, you can have somebody come up from behind you, hook it stronger, and just start running,
Yeah.
and you've lost your defensive mechanism.
Wow.
So it needs to be on your person. You need to practice with it on how you're going to draw it
That's
and from
right.
where. But we'll cover a lot of ground on all of that.
I'm excited. So,
And have you fully
yeah,
received your
we're ready.
good?
We
Okay.
ready.
I'm glad to hear it.
I'm excited. So
Is your daughter coming
my
with you?
daughter's gonna be there.
Good.
She's gonna do her little thing. My mother's talking about being at the training. So we got a lot of good young and older women
Yes, ma'am.
that wants to learn. So I'm just excited and for the opportunity. So what did you bring with you about the Glow in the Bark? You got these golf balls. Tell me about them.
They are over here. And
Okay.
So these are the special balls that we're going to be using at night.
Okay.
During the day, they're going to use your regular balls that they would use otherwise, but these are very sensitive, is why they're in a black case.
Okay.
So just,
Nice.
I'll let you hold that one.
Okay.
So it's just a regular golf ball,
Right.
per se, until,
Oh my goodness! Look
now
at that.
this is in the light.
Oh my goodness.
Imagine what happens
at night.
at night when you turn all the lights out.
That is so cool.
But that's one color.
Oh wow. Very fun event. Very fun event. Oh. Okay.
We're not done. So for any of the OCD and hyperactive
Yeah.
type people that
Yeah.
really want to have fun, we have this mode.
Oh, the multicolor. Okay.
So it will just cycle through.
Nice.
I wouldn't recommend it.
So
the
when
depth perception,
Yeah. That's amazing.
come on. Like I said, it gets very,
Oh, I like that.
oh, come on.
So when they hit that ball, right, it's gonna.
Now it doesn't want to turn off. Oh,
That's
There
amazing,
we
though.
go.
I love it. And here's the other one.
thank you.
So
Yes,
when they
ma'am.
hit it, it goes flying through the air.
These ones actually fly better than most of the typical ones that they
Okay.
have. There is two others that would probably fly a little bit further. But when I first got these, 2019, when I started using these particular ones, I could still take my driver and get a 280-yard drive.
Oh wow. Well,
So
I'm excited. And we're going to bring James on after this commercial to talk more about it, because I seen him on WLOX and had the dogs and this beautiful dog. Just look at him, just chilling.
Yeah.
I love it. But I appreciate you. And then we're going to bring you back on, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And do another segment with you with James so we can close out the show later, okay?
sounds like a plan.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
The state is seeking the death penalty.
From the mind of El Rico Tunstall Studios,
So let me get this right. He cheats on you, lies to you, belittles you, and takes every possession you own.
in association with Yabui Media,
That man owns the biggest report company in the South, 6 vehicles, and well over $6.2 million in assets.
streaming on Prime Video July 2nd. What the Heart Wants.
I was the one that supported your rap career when no one else took you seriously. I was the one in those empty clubs like the 850 Vincent, Store 69, singing every lyric to every song you ever wrote, Stephen.
I hate to be the one to tell you this, but that man left you a long time ago.
You've got 48 hours to come up with the 500,000 you owe me, or there will be blood.
Your boy, they waiting on who next.
We're back, everybody, with one of my friends, Mr. James Glasscox. How are you?
I'm good.
Great. I'm glad to have you on the show. And like I said about Bruce earlier in the show, I really appreciate and I'm honored that you're on my show today. I really am. What you do in the community, what you do with young people, and also people that need help. I'm really thankful for that, and I appreciate you for that. So,
Well, thank you.
audience, I believe in giving flowers, before someone is gone or leave this earth. He deserves it as well. When I met you in Hawashika Jiu-Jitsu in Van Cleave, Mississippi with Sensei David Wilson, right?
Yes.
Okay, and he was on my show, the Lavish show. We did like a little promo and everything of him doing martial arts. So, are you still into martial arts and do all that stuff?
Yes, I still train with Hawaii Shinkai. I'm one of the black belts there. I also train multiple styles. I train with a couple other gyms around the area also.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm still very active martial arts wise.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I've been thrown on the mat by him, y'all. Y'all seen it. I was trying to go up against him, everything. So he's very experienced and I appreciate that. I mean, we need you. We need you. So let's get into this K9 unit. How did you get involved with that?
So I've never actually worked with canines before, especially working dogs, other than pets, hunting dogs, things like that. But because of some of the military training I have in some of the military schools, one or two members of the Jackson County K9 approached me and asked, hey, would you be interested in helping us out? So Military training, some of the basics, land navigation, just being outside in general helps out. Some of the tracking skills. So it kind of fit right into what they were trying to do.
Wow. So how long were you in the military?
9 years Army, 17 Merchant Marine.
Y'all are just shocking me today. Oh my goodness. I am honored. I'm telling you. Wow. So all this experience is playing out with the K9 unit. So to you, what does this unit mean to you?
It's just one more way to help out in the community. And we're all volunteers. None of us get paid. When we have to travel, it's on us. And we don't mind doing it.
Right.
We all do it because it's a needed event that happens every so often, hopefully not in individuals' lives. It's not a nice event, but it is needed.
It is needed. And like I said, I'm glad to know you and Mr. Leach because, you know, things happen. And when things happen, you need help. And, you know, like you said, y'all are your own special unit, right? So,
Right.
you know, if people need you, they know how to reach out to you. And I'm going to let you share that information on how to get in touch. But the bark, is it Glow in the Bark?
Yes,
That's
Glow
it?
in the Bark.
Tell us about this tournament because y'all are doing a great fundraiser for this drone that is so needed. Tell us a little bit more about it. We heard from Mr. Leach, but tell us, you know, why is it so important for this fundraiser?
So the drone that we're looking to get, technology in general helps out in all kind of situations.
Right.
More and more law enforcement using drones to protect officers and individuals. So the drone itself will help us find people faster.
That's
which,
right.
if it's cold outside, if it's wet, if they're an older person, if they're a young child, it's very important to get to them sooner.
That's right.
It also gives us an aerial view of immediate real-time footage of what's going on in the area.
Right. So I heard Mr. Leach say it's a lot of y'all. Is it about 18 volunteers?
So we have 18 team members that are active right now.
Wow. And I also want to give a shout out to Miss Beth, Mr. Leach's wife. I forgot to do that earlier. But this tournament that y'all are doing is at Hickory Hills Resort.
Yes.
And I love Hickory Hills. Shout out to them because they support Toys for Tots. Every time I set a box up, they're always giving. So I want to give a big shout out. So tell us how that will play out. When is the tournament, first of all?
So the tournament is March 22nd.
Okay.
Tee-off time is going to be at 4 p.m.
Okay.
And then the night tournament will start after it gets dark. So sometime after 7 p.m.
Okay. So, and we already seen the balls and things like that. So tell us a little bit about how's it going to play out with teams. So how many players per team? And
so we can only have a maximum of 18 teams,
Okay.
4 players per team, and that's going to be the max. There'll be a cutoff.
Okay.
Within the tournament, there will be a first responder trophy, which Mr. Bruce had already talked about.
Right.
There will be an overall first place for everybody that joins.
Right.
During the intermission time, between the daytime and golf time, nighttime golf, there'll be food provided by the shed.
Shout out to the shed. Okay.
There will also be door prizes, raffles. So there'll be some entertainment set up.
Nice.
Food and beverage cart. So there will be things to do in between waiting for the daytime tournament to end and the nighttime tournament to begin.
Okay, so are y'all wanting more teams, right? So we need more golfers and
Yes,
teams
more
to
golfers.
sign up.
Definitely more golfers.
How can they do that? Where they need to go to sign up?
So jck9.org is our website. All the forms are on that website. There's multiple ways you can pay. There's different QR codes for either Venmo or PayPal or Cash App, or for the older folks, you can write a check. That's still acceptable.
That's right, on that website. And we're going to put it up, you know, on the screen. So also I've seen different levels of sponsors, like your sponsorship level. So they can give, even if they don't participate, they can give. Can you tell our audience a little bit about that, your sponsorships?
I'm not as knowledgeable about the levels, but
Okay.
I do know that as far as donations coming into us, absolutely. There's
Yeah.
not going to be a cutoff for any time you can stop donating.
That's right. Okay, so continue to donate because
Yes.
we need this drone. So so let's talk a little bit about the dogs, you know, and then we'll bring Mr. Leach back on. So tell us a little bit about the dogs. I know you don't like using the word cadaver dogs, right?
It's kind of a politically incorrect sounding word,
Yeah,
especially on
yeah.
certain scenes.
Yeah.
No family member wants to hear that word.
That's right.
So we have human range dogs, which we commonly refer to as HR dogs.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be just an entire body. It can be bodily fluids, it can be bodily parts, it can be teeth, hair. So it doesn't have to be where it's like, okay, we're looking for an entire body.
Yeah.
So any kind of human remains, the dogs are still detected.
And y'all go everywhere.
We've been going quite a few places.
Like the hurricane and things like that, you know.
We've here within the last year, we've kind of been in a regional type deployment. So.
Wow. And like you said, this is all volunteer work, searching. So, well, I thank you, James. I appreciate you. Anything else you want to tell our audience before we bring on Mr. Bruce Leach with you?
Nope. Just to repeat the website, jck9.org.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with Mr. Bruce Leach and James Glasscox.
Flip it, what made you grab it? Because I'm lavish, not baggage, and I'm determined to have it. With nothing in my way, I'm going into space to meet with my creator, talk to him face to face. When I was young, I was blamed for a hit and run. Popping Molly, smoking trees, the devil had me gone. Creator said it's not over, you're not the only one. Trust in me, you a soldier, this is how it's done. Trench holes get nasty, street corners get trashy. Crack house to the trap house, got people thinking it's magic. It gets better and better, 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 it gets better and better, it gets better and better, it gets better and better, it gets better.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm sitting with my guests, the pros. Let me just say that, because the things that they do in the community is just breathtaking and it's heartfelt. And I just appreciate them being here on the Lavish Show today. So this golf tournament, now, me and my homegirls went to Top Golf in Mobile, Alabama, and we tried to golf for our first time. And I mean, it fell in the net. We couldn't get it across the field. So we don't need nobody judging us, you know, we come out there. So tell us a little bit how that worked. Do you have to be a golfer?
Absolutely not. A friend of mine, her very first time was a tournament that we did last year. And by the end of the 9 holes at night, she was actually doing better than her husband.
Oh my gosh.
So, no.
So, don't have to be a pro, expert.
But just going back into the format and how everything's laid out for the
Yes.
golf tournament, the course will be shut down strictly for our event. So by 2 o'clock, the morning rush will be complete.
Okay.
2 o'clock, I will be there. We'll have everything started, set up. We'll be open for registration at that point.
Okay.
Probably up until about 3:45, we'll do a safety brief and a rules set up. And then 4 o'clock will be the shotgun start, where there will be 2 teams on each hole. Hopefully, we've got all 18 teams.
Okay.
And at that point, the first teams go off. As soon as they're clear, the next teams fall in behind them.
Oh, wow.
And we'll just go through the full 9 holes. The course over there, we're only going to play one side.
Okay.
So it'll be 10, 11, 12, 13. Then there's the beer hut and the restrooms about halfway through. Then it'll be 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 back into the clubhouse.
Okay.
But everybody will be starting out at the same time.
Okay.
Then, when everybody comes off, we'll have the meals from the shed. We also got some beverages donated from Chandelier Brewing Company.
Oh, wow.
I got to call another friend of mine from Allen Beverages that are going to help us out with soft drinks.
Excellent.
But we'll have all that. We'll have the dogs out there, not all of them, but some of them, to do demonstrations. We'll have our equipment out there to demonstrate some of the stuff. A gentleman that I know has the exact drone, but not the entire package, but just the drone that we're looking at getting.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to bring it out and operate it and show and demonstrate how it operates.
Oh, that's going to be nice.
That will be great. Then it should go into nighttime. About that time, everybody goes back out. There will be a best dressed, loosely, technically named for the nighttime version. Also a cart decoration, so bring
That's
your
what I was
LEDs,
going to ask
your
you.
glow
Yeah.
sticks, bring whatever you want to address your golf cart. Just remember, it's dark, and if you put them in front, you won't be able to see where you're going. So just heads up.
Oh my
But
goodness.
we're going to try some of the sponsors that are doing the holes.
Yeah.
It's going to be great for them because typically on a normal golf course, they only get to see their sign once.
Okay.
So you come through, you see it, and it's gone, and it's during the day. Well, now you're going to make that second lap around, but this time at night, we're going to have spotlights on their sign, just a little ways from the tee box, so it doesn't distract what's going on there. So the sign will actually be seen twice and a lot more visible at night because it's the only thing they're really going to be drawing attention
to.
During the nighttime, we'll have a closest to the pin. Good luck. We'll have a long drive contest.
Closest to the pin.
And what we plan on doing with the long drive contest is I'm going to have other LED markers down the fairway. We'll get 3 opportunities with these balls, and we're going to use our GPS collars and show you exactly how far. You're not going to have to go down and chase your ball. We'll have somebody down there to retrieve it and bring it back for the next team that comes through. So we're going to have fun.
That is fun.
It is a lot of fun.
So the golf carts will be provided.
Carts are provided.
Now, what about the
clubs?
The clubs
You
itself.
need clubs? I have 3 sets of clubs, so I can get you a few extra for you and your lady.
Okay. We're gonna show up. We're gonna do something. I don't know how well we're gonna do, but we're gonna do something. I'm excited, and then decorate the golf cart, all that good food, good music, prizes. So the closest to the pin, is there a prize for that?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh, trophies.
Looking at one.
Yes.
One for long drive, one for closest to the pin.
Awesome. I'm excited. So, Mr. James, let me ask you, what do you want to see out of this golf tournament?
So community outreach, as far as letting the community know we are here. We do provide services for them to help. And profitable in a way that we can get the equipment we need to continue providing those services for them.
Yes, that sums it up right there, because it needs to be to where people can give continuously, because there's a need, and not just for the tournament, but continuously. And you said that there's a link provided on your website, right, where they can give continuously, right? So I just think that's awesome. I'm just so excited. So, Mr. Leach, anything you want to say as a closing remark?
Please support, come out, have a good time, meet our dogs. They're more than anxious to meet a lot of the folks and stuff. And, as James has said, we would like to get out with the community, but again, the funding that we're raising is going to be for the equipment to provide more life-saving equipment or recovery on one side of it.
Okay.
But it's also for advanced training. Mac, for instance, has also been through a burned human remains class.
Oh, wow.
So if there's a structure that's completely collapsed and somebody believes that there was a person in there, he has the ability
to do that.
to locate that.
Oh my God. Well, thank you, Mac. Oh my God. So thank you. Say that website one more time, and then we're gonna get out of here, Mac. Okay?
So the website is jck9.org, and that has all the papers for our golf tournament, the signing up, the rules, different events as far as like what's available for the auction and things like that.
Yes. Oh yeah, the auction.
So we have a couple of one-of-a-kind items that we'll never ever get again. Flags were flown over certain vessels that were donated to us with the paperwork stating it was flown on this vessel on this day for Jackson County K9.
Wow.
So we have some pretty unique items.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
the flags were flown, one on the USS Missouri
Okay.
Memorial on September 2nd last year. That's the date that the war was officially signed on the Missouri in the Tokyo Harbor. There's a certificate, but on top of that, it's actually got a teak coin that's also in the case, and the coin is only one of 200 that were made, period.
Wow.
And that was for, Beth was the director of volunteers on the Missouri when we were stationed out there, and it's one of her coins, and it's got the ship in the harbor, it's got their
Nice.
little emblem. It's a collector's item.
Yeah.
Along with the certificate. And then the other two, one was flown on the USS Arizona Memorial, December 7th, and the other was flown on the USS Pearl Harbor, December 7th.
Wow.
And those each have their coins and the certificate as well.
Oh wow. So y'all hear that?
We'll have those out at the golf course.
Yeah.
The online auction, we haven't had any hits on it.
Okay.
Any action on that. So please, if you want to go interest in those flags, go hit it now.
Yes.
Otherwise, the flags will be out on the golf course, and we'll look at auctioning those then.
Well, I can't wait. Again, it will be March the 22nd.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And the start time is?
Registration at 2.
Registration at 2.
Shotgun start at 4.
Okay. And also it's glow in the bark, so you're going to be playing at night as well. So be ready. I thank you so much, Mr. James, for being here. I see you on the mat. Thank you, Mr. Leach. I see you at on the range.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, guys, there you have it. The Lavish Show. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on all my social media and my website, creativewomenenterprise.com. Enjoy your week.